Good evening. Welcome to the St. Louis Art Museum's Outdoor Film Series. I'm Virginia Kerr, host of Great Day St. Louis, and we are proud to be partnering with the St. Louis Art Museum to bring you free films every Friday night in July. West Side Story is the award-winning adaptation of the classic romantic tragedy Romeo and Juliet. The feuding families become two warring New York City gangs, the White Jets led by Riff and the Puerto Rican Sharks led by Bernardo. Their hatred escalates to a point where neither can coexist with any form of understanding. But when Riff's best friend Tony and Bernardo's younger sister Maria meet at a dance, no one can do anything to stop their love. The film won 10 Oscars in 1962, including Best Picture, and was nominated for another. And if you're hungry, be sure to stop by the Food Truck Fest, presented by Sauce Magazine. The movie starts at 9 o'clock, and thank you so much for spending your Friday nights on Art Hill with us.
Hello, I'm Allison Mace, publisher and founder of Sauce Magazine. Panorama, the St. Louis Art Museum's dining destination, sits within a contemporary setting and boasts a local modern cuisine at the hands of Chef Edward Farrow.
I fell in love with food and the energy of the kitchen. Every night is the most important night ever. Every plate is the most important plate ever. Just kind of that adrenaline rush on a daily basis I found very intriguing.
So Arizona is your home base. Tell me about what it was like in Arizona for you.
Well, my mother was a fabulous cook, but growing up I didn't really see it as an inspiration. Cooking was, the only thing about cooking was to feed myself. Went to work in a very touristy fish house in San Diego, and after a couple of years, the chef there said it was time for me to move on and suggested culinary school as a route to go.
So Edward, tell me a little bit about your inspiration. You started out in New York at the CIA in Hyde Park.
I really didn't get inspiration until after I attended the CIA and found, I guess, the finer side of cooking. But growing up in kind of a background sense, Phoenix being in a very agricultural area, there was always, you're always driving by fields of some kind or another that I always found very interesting.
Tell me about how you approach sourcing food in a certain city or place.
I've always liked to design menus to find out, first of all, what my farmer and rancher and growers have first, and then design the menu after that.
You know, coming from Arizona to the Midwest, you were sourcing a great amount in Arizona. I think 85% of your produce was local. How do you envision your entrance into the Midwest? How do you want to approach that?
Well, it was certainly a big learning curve for me, but getting to know the folks that grow the food, that raise the food, that process the food. I think it starts there, developing the relationship first. Because I want to know who grows my food. I want to know, what my kids are eating and who's growing it. Growers, ranchers are as passionate about what they do as I am with what I do, and I find that's a very synergistic process.
Do you have a certain style of preparation that you lean towards?
But a very fresh, lighter style versus a heavier style. Very seasonal, very local.
So Edward, tell me a little bit about this dish right here.
It's an oven roasted trout fillet with a herb tomato salad and some confit fennel and some olives. Kind of very Mediterranean in feel, but lighter, using olive oil and kind of a vinaigrette as the sauce versus, say, something that could be considered heavier. I want my guests to leave, when they're done in the dining room, I want them to feel invigorated versus bogged down and ready for a nap. I want them to, we're in one of the world's greatest museums, and I want them to go tour the galleries.